In the land of Uz lived Job, a man of impeccable character. He was blameless, upright, and deeply devoted to God. Job was not only a man of piety, but also of immense wealth. His flocks were vast. 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 donkeys grazed his pastures. He was considered the greatest man in all the East. Job was blessed with a large family. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters who were the joy of his life. Job, ever the devout man, would make burnt offerings after each feast. He feared that his children might have sinned unknowingly and sought atonement. Little did he know that his faith would soon be tested. A test unlike any other, a test that would shake him to his very core. Far beyond the realm of men, a conversation took place, a conversation that would have profound consequences for Job. It was in the courts of heaven. God was in council with his angels, and Satan was among them. God, in his infinite wisdom, pointed to Job. He spoke of Job's righteousness and his unwavering faith. Satan, the accuser, scoffed and questioned Job's motives. "Remove your protection," Satan taunted, "and he will curse you to your face." God, confident in Job's integrity, accepted the challenge and gave Satan permission to test Job. The stage was prepared for a cosmic drama, a drama that would explore the depths of human faith. Disaster struck swiftly and mercilessly. Messengers arrived in quick succession, each bearing news of unimaginable loss. First, Job learned that his oxen and donkeys had been stolen. Then fire from heaven consumed his sheep and their shepherds. His camels had been stolen, and Chaldeans had killed all but one of the servants. A great wind had struck the house where his sons and daughters were feasting, collapsing it and killing all of his children. Job was left in utter devastation. His faith was about to be tested like never before. Job was devastated. The losses were unbearable, yet, in the face of this unimaginable suffering, Job did not waver in his faith. He tore his robe in mourning, he shaved his head as a sign of grief, he fell to the ground and worshipped. "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart," he declared. "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." Satan, seeing that Job had remained faithful, approached God again. He argued that Job's spirit had not been broken because his physical body remained untouched. God, testing Job further, allowed Satan to afflict Job's body. Soon Job was covered in painful sores. From the soles of his feet to the crown of his head, he was racked with pain. He sat among the ashes, scraping his sores with a piece of broken pottery. Job's wife, overwhelmed by their misfortune, urged him to curse God and die, but Job refused. "Shall we accept good from God," he asked, "and not trouble?" Even in his agony, Job refused to blame God. 3 of Job's friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, heard of his tragedies and came to comfort him. They sat with him in silence for 7 days and nights, overwhelmed by his suffering. Job, however, maintained his innocence. He had always strived to live a righteous life. He could not understand why he was being punished. He questioned God's justice. He railed against his fate. Yet even in his anger and despair, he never lost his faith. He knew that God was still in control. Then God, moved by Job's steadfast faith, spoke. He spoke from the midst of a whirlwind. He questioned Job's understanding of the universe. He reminded Job of his power and wisdom. Job, humbled by God's power, realized the depth of his ignorance. He acknowledged his limitations. He repented of his questioning. "I know that you can do all things," he declared, "and that no purpose of yours can be thwarted." God, pleased with Job's humility, rebuked his friends for their misguided counsel. He instructed them to offer sacrifices and to ask for Job's intercession. God then restored Job's fortunes, giving him twice as much as he had before. Job lived a long and prosperous life, seeing his children and grandchildren flourish. The story of Job is a testament to the power of faith, reminding us that even in the midst of suffering, God is present and will restore us in his time.